Advanced configuration settings for your Kanban board.
We're going to start off by looking at some agile tools that are available within Visual Studio Team Services and TFS. We're also going to look at how you can configure workflow states through the Process Template Manager, and also check some of the other advanced configurations and features from the marketplace, such as delivery plans. Microsoft provides flexibility when it comes to agile tools. For this video, we're going to be focusing primarily around the Kanban board, any changes or advanced customizations that will make a difference. So, first of all, let's explore the workflow states. By default, you can choose one of the three process templates: Agile, Scrum, or CMMI. That will change the underlying flow of the process template. If you want to get into the Process Template Manager to actually look at editing these flows, then this is easy. However, depending on what version of Visual Studio Team Services you're using or Team Foundation Server, you'll find that there's been a new introduced web application to help you do this. Prior to 2017, you would have to do this manually, which meant that you had to take the XML file down, customize it within Visual Studio Team 2017, or you'd have to be able to actually edit it and then upload and make the changes via PowerShell. This is a lot more easy now, where you can use the web interface to actually make these changes. However, I'd highly recommend that you check the link below before you make any changes to your process template. For this example, I'm going to give you how you can potentially make changes via the marketplace and adding tools and plugins that could potentially empower your users. One of the very useful features is delivery plans. This is a marketplace add-in that will give you a very visual view of when your teams or many teams are delivering in. This is very helpful when you look at scaled agile or scrum of scrums or distributed agile delivery. It also gives you a very high level view if you're on schedule and what items are still outstanding. I'm also going to show you some other tools that you could potentially look at that integrates directly into, say, for instance, the Microsoft Teams, or using APIs to actually be able to pull out the information that you need. I'd recommend using things like physical cards as well as virtual, and that way you can help teams print off the items from the backlog and put them on physical Kanban board. So let's start with Microsoft Teams. Now, if you're using Microsoft Teams and, say, for instance, Microsoft Flow, you could be dealing with a number of different Kanban boards which you need to be able to synchronize. For this example, I'm going to quickly click onto the Kanban board that I did earlier on. And as you can see, the stories are replications of what's being used in Microsoft Flow. But I can interact with these just like I could do in Visual Studio Team Services and add tasks or tests directly to a particular item. Now let's just go into the Visual Studio platform. Now here's one that we did earlier on. I'm now going to enable an additional component on here for the delivery plans. So first of all, I'll go to the marketplace, and then what I will do is click on the install. This will ask me where I'd like to install it, and in this case, I'd like to install it on the Digital Assured account. And now this extension will be available to all projects that are on this collection. So I'm going to go back into my Kanban board and then go back to work. And now you can see I have the additional tab, Plans. This will allow me to create a new plan and track a number of different teams at the same time from different projects. As you can see, they're using different templates, but I'm still able to look across projects. However, I would need to manage the iterations to have the same type of release plan. Other customizations that you may want to look at are things like being able to look at swim lanes. This is very useful if, for instance, you've got multiple teams on a single Kanban board. So let me add another swim lane. So this can be for the ops team. The default one can be for the dev team, and then I can add test, make whichever order I want across there. And now what we'll see is we'll see three separate swim lanes for each one of the teams, for test and operations. Other changes that you may want to do within the board is how you do the ordering and also the charts. I'd recommend that you look at whether or not you're going to use burn down or burn up within your cumulative flow. And this will give you a view, have a start date or end date on your Kanban board. So in this video, we've covered agile tools, we've looked at the workflow states, we've explored the introduction to Process Template Manager I've downloaded something off Marketplace and looked at the delivery plans add-in, and then looked at some advanced configurations.
In this section, we covered what the difference is between Kanban and Lean. We covered how you can create your own Kanban board, and then advanced configuration settings for your Kanban.
In the next video, we're going to look at dashboards and queries.